Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's talk about Survivor 47, episode 12. Andy finally made a move.
Y'all, we've been waiting for it.
He did it.
They've been telling us something was going to happen.
Yep.
And I think we finally got there. But let's get into it. If you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdtainment.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Sarah, I didn't even tell you before we went live. I ran through the airport today to be here for this stream.
Yeah.
I said I'm not missing this recap. This episode is too good. I flew back from New York this morning. I connected in Atlanta, flying into beautiful downtown Burbank. Well, not beautiful downtown Burbank, but beautiful Burbank.
It is beautiful.
It's just not downtown.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's beautiful Burbank. And the flight in New York, we didn't have a pilot.
I think you need those.
We need that.
Yeah.
So we did wait. We boarded the plane with no pilot.
Oh, my gosh.
And they told us there was an operational issue. Blah, blah, blah. I had 30 minutes.
To make
When we landed, I literally was landing on the plane into Atlanta, and I get a text, your flight is boarding.
Yep.
So I'm in concourse A, I gotta get to C. I'm hoofing it in my boots through the airport. Thank God I was so mad because, sorry, this is not what we're here to talk about.
No, tell us.
Thank God they checked my bag when I boarded the flight in New York, and I was so annoyed because it's kind of a nice bag, and I just wanted to carry it on.
Yeah.
And you know, I love that. Easy in, easy out with the carry-on.
Famous bags.
Thank God they took it. Because if I had to, like, run with that bag, or if they had just gate checked it to Atlanta, and then I had to grab it from the gate and make it through the airport. But I made it, and I'm here, and I'm so excited to discuss this episode.
Okay, yeah. Atlanta is not easy to get through.
It's a big airport.
Yeah, when you're running.
I was huffing and puffing when I got on the flight, but I made it.
We're glad you made it.
Yes,
we got
thank
to
you.
talk about Operation Italy.
Oh my goodness. So many things to talk about. First of all, Sue is pleased as punch that Kyle is gone.
Oh my God.
Ding dong, Kyle is dead.
Be happier.
No one mourns the wicked.
Yeah.
Sue's like, where's my $1 million check? I've done it.
I've done it.
Kyle's gone.
I did that thing I was going to do from like day 2. Yep.
Yeah. She's real happy.
She's real happy. Sam, on the other hand, not as happy. He was like, hey, that guy was my shield.
Oh, yeah.
Real sad he's gone.
And he's kind of like, I am powerless against these 5. So this is I don't feel great. And he's kind of right. This 5 is running it right now.
A little bit. A little bit.
But the next morning, Caroline is just, so happy that Sue is her number 1.
Yeah. There's a real, like, Sue is proud of Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline's loving Sue. They're,
Love
like,
fest.
the strongest duo
Oh.
at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-oh.
Because what do you do with duos?
I mean, if they're celebrating in the edit, they're either about to make a really big move or they're about to be split up.
And Genevieve is feeling the good feelings, too. And she's like, Andy, I have underestimated you.
Oh, Genevieve, making her little rounds here.
You know what? I didn't have respect for your game, and I'm sorry
You know
about
what? Now
that.
to think about it, now that I've had like a couple hours to think about it here, I was wrong. Yep.
She's like, I need somebody. So I got to go back to Rome V2 and mend fences with this guy. Because I got to do something. And I really have loved the way that Genevieve has analyzed the game, particularly her game.
I mean, my goodness.
And
What a
she's
journey.
just saying, I know that I have to shrink right now.
Yep.
I'm big. I'm a threat. Everybody's scared of me. So as much as I want to be that power player and make moves and be in control, the best thing that I can do right now is to play puppy dog, to play whatever animal I need to play, and just take the attention off of me. So I think that's a very wise move for Genevieve.
I mean, it is a very wise move, but in Andy's head, he's like, oh, really? You all of a sudden regret making these statements?
He's like, yeah, you know, Genevieve, people come in here with their perceptions of other people's games.
Yeah.
And you were wrong about my game, Genevieve.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
Genevieve's also going to try to work Teeny, but it's not going to go as well.
Is she gonna? I don't know what she's doing in this conversation.
Well, I think she was trying.
It took a left turn.
It did. It took a real sharp turn.
Because Genevieve's like, Rachel has to go. Great start, right? Like, find a common enemy to bond with, because I'm sure Teeny probably feels the same way. People have had their eye on Rachel for many tribals now, even if they're not like actively making moves against her at the moment. But then basically she's like, I mean, Teeny, the truth is, like, if you're sitting next to Rachel at the end, like, I'm voting for Rachel. You are not a slam dunk for me.
Teeny's like, wait, are you saying that you're not voting for me? If I'm at the end, you're saying you're not voting for me.
That feels like a threat.
I think you just tried to threaten me.
I am offended.
Yep.
So Genevieve's like, whoops.
Yeah, Genevieve's like, wait, what? Why? Oh, and like, now Genevieve's like, okay, that didn't go the way I thought.
But she also says to Teeny's face, you use emotion as a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but I was like, I don't think Teeny does.
No, I don't think so either.
Teeny is being honest. Like, Teeny's just been pushed, right?
Yep.
The last like couple episodes here, we just see sort of Teeny at the edge of their rope, right?
Oh, yes.
And so I kind of loved this because people do this all the time of like, oh, David's such a threat.
Yeah.
Like, he's at the end. Like, I don't know. I'm probably going to vote for him. And
Yeah.
I want to be like, screw you.
Yeah.
Don't try to manipulate me.
Right.
And then when it doesn't work, you tell me I'm manipulating you. Like, no, you're working me.
Yeah.
I'm not falling for it.
Yeah. It's also like probably a tough when like someone you perceive as a threat in the game, like Teeny knows that Genevieve is a threat. She knows that she orchestrated the Saul vote. So for someone like that to come in and be like, yeah, you know, it's like, well, you're also a threat. Like, what are we talking about here?
Like, give me a break. Like, I like it when people don't just say, oh, okay.
So Teeny goes back and she's like, Rachel, Genevieve's after you.
You're the name.
So Genevieve and Sam, everybody, these are the two. We got to stay the course and get those two out. And Rachel's like, look, I am locked and loaded with advantages right now. So, like, of course she's targeting me, but I actually feel fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because y'all don't know all the advantages I
literally
got.
She has a secret idol still.
That's right.
Love that.
We did miss in here that I just needed to point out that during the Sue and Caroline Love Fest, the editors gave us just a precious little moment where Sue was like, oh, Caroline, you have a little dirt on your face?
Caroline's like, Sue, you got red paint everywhere still.
I was like, those editors were playing just as dirty as the dirt on Sue's face. Like,
one of my friends said,
leaving that in.
Do you think Sue's going to wash her face one of these days? And I said, God, I hope not.
No, not at this point. No, you cannot.
I need that face
to
be as dirty as possible.
Caroline in Exit Press, of course, was asked about Sue's dirt. And Caroline said, it's because Sue maintained the fire. So it's not dirt, it's soot. And Caroline claims that they tried to wash it off and it wasn't working well, and that Sue eventually was like, whatever, don't worry about it. But I have got to say, we are on season 47. Is Sue the first person to tend the fire?
Yeah.
We've never seen such soot.
No, we have not. I do agree with that.
I don't know.
And I know there's a lot of like jokey joke going around about how like Sue's contouring her face with dirt and all these kinds of things. But I gotta say, like, if I were playing the game, I'd probably have the same opinion as Sue. What am I washing my face for? Like,
because you're on television?
Yeah, but like, we live in the jungle. Oh, my face is dirty? Oh, wow, I'm shocked. That is crazy that I have dirt on my face. Like, yes, there's dirt everywhere. Your clothes are filthy. You smell like...
I can't imagine what you smell like. Yeah. No, honestly, it's shocking that Andy's hair is so clean. Like, how is his hair so shiny?
And Genevieve's teeth. I'm sorry, I was going to bring it up at Tribal, but this woman looks like she's in a toothpaste commercial.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it for weeks.
She obviously got
her teeth are... there's never a speck of anything.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, I did notice in Tribal Council, I'm jumping the gun here.
Okay.
But Sue had a little, like, something in her teeth.
No, Sue. Stop.
Genevieve has like a whole dental hygiene regimen going on, apparently. This woman's teeth are incredible. Anyway, okay.
Now we have a reward.
Let's go to reward. They're going to go to Sanctuary where good things happen, and they're going to get an Italian feast.
Ooh, and it's going to be a sleepover.
Sleepover with your besties.
With family letters.
Yes.
Ooh, this is a hot one.
High stakes.
You know what? I don't want to win this one. Never will I win this one.
Do you think they know beforehand that family letters are a part of it? Do you think they know the details?
He said it.
He did?
I think he said it this time because he hasn't always said it in the past.
Right. Because it seemed like the overnight thing was a little bit of a surprise after Sam won the challenge. But
oh wait, did he save the letters this time too?
I couldn't tell.
Man.
But the challenge is they got to push these sandbags off, and then they got to untie a bunch and then jump over this obstacle, right? And then they push a ball through this like net tunnel situation.
Yeah.
And then they have to go underneath another net and then land the two balls on the like perches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Rachel's going to take the lead at first, getting those sandbags untied. Genevieve's actually going to be right behind her, which I was like, wow.
Kind of.
This is shocking.
Yes, it is. She's like, not been a front runner in these challenges.
Is Genevieve about to surge? Like this, yeah. I was like, what's happening? But no, she is not.
Sam is going to rip through that net. The crawl through piece. He's got the balls right here, and he's just like military style going under that net. He passes Rachel.
Is that a football move? Because he played football like in high school.
Must have been something.
I was like, that had to have been like in practice for football because he breezed through that.
Ripped through it. Rachel was like already halfway through the net at least when Sam started, and he passes her. But she's right behind him. So then he gets the first ball.
Yeah.
He's on the lower perch.
Yes. She's going to land
the higher perch.
On the higher perch.
And I thought, Rachel, you go, girl.
Smart.
You got the hard one.
Yep.
Now get the low one. Another challenge win for Rachel. Yep. Wow, she's doing amazing. But Sam gets it.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
This was a fun, like it was close. It was fun.
There were several people. Get it? Caroline was really far behind. But
oh my God. Yeah. Wait, was this the one? No.
Was that Immunity?
I think it was Immunity,
really
where I was like, why is no one talking about the fact that Caroline's like way
Jeff
in the
had
back?
given up on her, yeah. But Sam now has his decision to make, right? So this is actually when I was wondering how much you know in advance versus like trying to process all this stuff and then like making these decisions in the moment about who to bring with you. But he brings Andy first, and Andy is shocked. And then he chooses Genevieve, because I don't know, something about I can't eat Italian food without Genevieve. I don't know why.
No.
But it's the three of them.
How did you feel about these choices at this point?
Well, I guess I don't blame him for bringing Genevieve. Teeny certainly does. But I'm like, she's the only one who's being nice to him right now. These other five.
They're all being nice.
Yeah, but they're all plotting against him, and he knows it.
That's the game.
Yeah. I guess he should have split up the five more.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, this strategically does not feel like a good idea. Obviously, I understand why you'd want to bring Genevieve. You guys are working together. But because you're working together, leave her back to play interference on the group back there. And don't let those losers who are the majority talk. I mean, it doesn't turn out to be that bad because Andy's sort of the key to all of this. But yeah, in that moment, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think, Andy, yes, bring Andy. That makes a lot of sense.
For sure.
They used to be close.
Yeah.
They need to repair that relationship. But when Teeny was like, that was the worst mistake, I was like, absolutely.
But I think it ultimately works.
Yeah.
So Jeff is going to take a moment after those three like head off for their, nice day. And he's like, let's unpack this, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sensing some energy over here. How are we feeling? Teeny, why don't you start us off? And Teeny's like, that was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And I'm going to eat all the rice when we get back to camp.
That's right.
But let me tell you something. We're going to be plotting when we get back to camp, Jeff. And Sam's going to realize he should have brought me on that reward.
Look, it was no Liz, but it was almost. Teeny almost met Liz up here.
Yeah.
But it's just so real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we expect these players to always be like, well, that, it was a tough decision they had to make.
Yeah.
That's just not real.
It's not.
These people are starving.
Yep.
They're playing a cutthroat game. They're going to have emotions.
Yeah.
They're going to have outbursts.
Oh, yeah. And
It all makes sense to me. But it's going to continue. This is where it's like, whoa, dial it down.
Oh, she's going to dial it up, actually.
Going the other way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we go to Sanctuary first. Of course, Sam has never had tiramisu. Why would he?
Why would he? I mean, it's not a fruit, but...
That's what I wrote down in my notes. I was like, it's not a fruit or a vegetable, but he still hasn't eaten it.
It's an amazing dessert.
Yeah.
Everyone should try it.
Hope he loved it.
I love it.
But here's why I asked about how much do you think people know in advance? Because we get this confessional from Sam at Sanctuary where he's like, because he's giving Andy a big pep talk, right? And he says in confessional, like, I knew I was going to bring Andy with me on this reward before we even did the challenge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to know the context there. Like, did you know it was going to be an overnight? Did you know it was going to be family letters? Like, what went into that decision? Like, I need Andy. Or do you think it was just like in this moment in the game, I need to reconnect with Andy?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, it's a reward. And apparently at some point he told Andy he was going to take him on rewards. Yeah. So there's that.
Right.
But it's also that Sam screwed up that relationship.
Yeah.
And then Andy proved he didn't need Sam.
True.
And Sam's like, oops, right?
Okay.
So I think that of anybody left, you need to take Andy and fix that relationship. They've had a bit of a rough past.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Genevieve just totally having such amazing, brilliant self-awareness, like going through. How do you see the journey you're going through? That's really tough.
She literally takes herself out of her own body and looks at the game she is playing and how micro decisions are playing out for her in the moment. I'm like, your self-awareness, like you said, is amazing. And she's
absolutely
opening up about being closed off to the guys, where she's like, this, I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt people. She talks about Keyshawn. And then she's telling us, which we've said, I think in last week or the week before, you really are taking a huge risk not getting close to people because then they will have no problem voting you out. Or alternatively, I think what you said was they're not going to vote for you in the end because they don't feel emotionally close to you. And Genevieve is putting those pieces together.
The fact that she already figured it out without even having to watch our stream.
Yeah, without watching anything back.
Right. She figured that out on her own so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed with that. But I also think it's extremely accurate. She said, I'm putting up a wall. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to feel bad.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Those people have no problem voting me out now.
That's right.
Which also equals, why should we vote for you to win the game? And then I was like, oh my God, did she learn this in time? Can she pivot her game?
I think we're going to see her adjust her game.
Ooh.
And start to get close to people again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beautiful letter from her dad where she's like, I got this note from my dad and he said, he's sure I have many friends. And I don't have any friends.
She's like, and who does this? I did this. Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah. They had got multiple notes from family, not just one.
Did they?
Yeah, it seemed like Andy had a couple of different notes. Genevieve had one.
All I know is I wasn't boohooing, and so I enjoyed it.
I know.
It was great.
So we get back to camp.
Okay.
And I relate so hard to Teeny at this moment.
One hundo.
They set their stuff down, and they're like, I need a second so that I don't say some things I'll regret. And I'm like, that is so me.
Yes, but then do they take that second?
No.
No, they do not.
No.
Take it. You know you need it.
They're like, Sam should have picked me.
Yep.
And I'm like, you literally rebuffed Sam at the previous tribal council.
I don't think Sam should have
where
picked
Sam
you.
was like, hey, I think we want to do this move. And you said, I'm not doing that, and I need you to not do that either.
Yeah.
Does that inspire someone to bring you on a reward? I don't know.
No. If Sam was going to bring someone besides Genevieve, it would not have been Teeny.
No.
You're not the next one on the list, Teeny.
No.
But they thought so.
But Teeny's not the only one. These women despise this popular, all-American, quarterback, class clown, prom king hunk. Like, they've had it with
I don't know.
Sam.
I feel like it was just Teeny, and everyone.
I
was
feel like
just,
Sue was probably feeding the fire.
Maybe Sue
She was
feeding.
tending that fire.
I mean, Sue loves to hate, so Sue might have been like, "Yeah, keep it going." But I feel like Rachel and Caroline were just like, "Oh, it's still going. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay."
Then Teeny pulls out her best Sam impression. I was
know
like,
what?
this is literally Sarah and me.
Oh my God, it was good.
It was.
That was a good Sam impression. Killing it, Teeny. Oh my gosh. No notes.
I was like, I'm getting a visual of Sarah or me or both of us playing Survivor, because we'd be out here mocking people with impressions.
And we would be canceled. This is why we're not going. Yes.
Yeah.
Bettina.
Oh, Bettina.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you for the tip. Appreciate that. But like, basically, you know, what's happening here is what Teeny said would happen. Like, we're all going to talk. We're all going to strategize. We are all going to bond over the fact that Sam didn't bring us on this reward. And, you know, we get Caroline saying, like, I would be so proud to end my Survivor journey with these 4. Like, this is the final 4. They're, like, picking up a heavy log together and lugging it, you know, girl power. Like, that's the vibe of these 4 at camp.
And I was like, remember this, ladies. These 4. But they're not going to remember this. They're going to keep Andy in the loop.
So, back at Sanctuary, where good things happen, good things actually are happening for Andy.
They are.
Andy wants to have a game-defining conversation.
Andy's like, gather around.
Look, these you 2 people who I have cut out of the game.
Yep.
Come back.
Come back to me.
I'm bringing you back.
I have a plan.
And I have, what I did like here is I think, you know, we've always talked about knowledge is power in this game.
Yep.
I think he's using his knowledge as a weapon.
Yep.
To, like, build trust with them by revealing the Underdogs Alliance. I mean, the Underdogs Alliance exists, but he's coming right out and saying it. And he pitches this fake idol plan, and he's like, listen, you 2, the 3 of us know Rachel has got to go. How has this woman been skating by? We've tried to vote her out, and then we should have voted her out the next week. What is she still doing here? So he says, Rachel's got to block a vote. More information that he's using as a weapon.
Yeah, no, Sam is literally like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Like, as if, like, oh my God, look at all this information Andy has.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful because it's not information about Andy. He's spreading other people's information.
Yeah.
So Rachel is Andy's plan to wrest control of the game. And I'm like, as an Andy skeptic.
Right.
I'm like, okay, let's see how this plays out. This is the flag that Andy's planting in the ground. So let's see if Rachel gets voted out this episode.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have seen all of these edits about he's all that and he's the power player. He's got the best relationships. Like, they keep telling us this, but we're not seeing him do the moves. We saw him try to get Genevieve out instead of Kyle. Didn't happen.
Didn't work.
I'm like, I am not seeing it. So he says, okay, Operation Italy, here we go.
This is the biggest heist of Survivor 47.
And thank you for the edit. It was amazing. It was so fun. It did feel like a heist. But I kept reminding myself, I was like, we haven't even played Immunity. Like,
I know.
Great for this plan.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's about to happen.
Right.
But we do get to see it start to play out. Like, if they have the majority, we have to make them split the vote. That's how we take over the majority. Right. We have to have a fake idol. So we see, like, Sam is coming back playing dead. He's so sad. What is he going to do?
He's channeling his theater kid, right?
Yes.
And he's like, we all have to put Oscar-winning performances in here because nobody can know that the 3 of us have the Operation Italy happening.
Genevieve's like, here's my craft lesson. Let me make an idol. She's collecting the beads, making the idol. We're getting all the pieces here of Operation Italy.
Andy pulls aside the 4 ladies who are back at camp one at a time, and he's like, oh man, Sanctuary sucked.
I can't believe I just like felt like they really just like brought me there.
They were what? Just you're like, gonna wine and dine me?
Yeah, wine and dine.
Oh, you're gonna strong arm me into some plan? Oh, they pitched me hard on all these things, and I'll tell you what, I didn't buy any of it.
So step 1 of Operation Italy going well.
Yep.
But now let's play immunity.
And doesn't he also plant the seed about an idol?
Yeah, I think he says, like, I think Genevieve found an idol.
Yeah, and he's like, we gotta split the vote, you guys. Like, I'm most worried about the idol. Like, he's putting Operation Italy into
100%
into effect.
Yeah.
So yes, immunity, lots of balance and dexterity. Jeff says.
Cross beam with a ball.
Remember, they had
pole.
They had the ball at the end of the pole, and they had to walk across the balance beam.
Oh, cross the beam.
And then they had to move these skulls through this like metal maze with that thingy.
Oh my God, the skulls.
Yes.
What was that?
I know. And then they have to land balls in these little dinky little dimples on the end of a paddle.
Yes. Great. Okay. Teeny's gonna take the first lead. Exciting, fun.
Not for long though.
But then Sam's gonna
Sam and Rachel are through the metal maze with the crazy skulls.
Yeah.
And Rachel then is sort of figuring out the touch portion with the paddle.
Putting the balls on the little ball. Yeah. This is where I'm like, I can see Caroline still on the balance beam back there.
Oh, yeah.
Now
everybody's on the paddle, and she's just finished the balance beam.
We know that Sue and Genevieve are horrible at balance beams. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they got through.
Yep.
And Caroline was still back there. That was so bizarre that Jeff wasn't saying anything.
I know. He just gave up on her.
Yeah.
But then Rachel gets her second ball.
Yeah.
And then Rachel gets her third. Nobody else got one ball.
Nobody else can even figure out how to get that touch.
My girl!
Yeah,
with my
Rachel,
immunity win points.
You're
Thank
really
you.
helping somebody out, Rachel. I'm rooting for Rachel, but she's giving you the points.
I know. And she's also giving too big of a target. I'm like getting a little worried. But I'm loving it because that was Andy's plan. So I'm like, what's the plan now? Yep. What is Operation Italy going to become?
Yeah, exactly. Like, is Operation Italy gone? Was that it? Now what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Does Andy kick Genevieve and Sam to the curb or what?
Right. Well, we're going to go back to camp, and Genevieve has finished her, masterpiece, and she's going to show Sam. And so he's like, not bad. And she's like, I know, I think I did. Yeah. I think I did pretty good. And they're like, but Sam says, Andy's the straw that stirs this drink. And I don't know. I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that one either, but I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
But Andy's back at camp trying to get the vote split to happen.
Yeah.
Because this is key, right? Because he's the numbers guy and he's realizing we need these 4 to split 2 and 2. And then us 3 will have the majority. But it's like there are so many things that have to fall into place. So he's really pitching hard that this split vote has to happen, and we have to throw more votes on Genevieve because she has the idol. And Teeny's like, but I want Sam to go.
Yeah. Why are we doing this? We don't have to split the vote. Just send out Sam. Like, there's a whole argument and debate happening. Andy really working, like, trying to make it seem scary. Mm-hmm. Like, Genevieve has this idol.
Yeah. And I personally think, I don't know how you felt, I thought Andy was like sticking his neck out there a little too far.
I was like, you got to have a little soft touch.
Yeah. Plant the seed.
Yeah.
Let it grow.
Yeah. Walk away.
No.
Come back and plant it again. No, he was like, rah, rah,
he's
rah,
like, this
rah,
is what has to happen.
I feel like I would have been suspicious.
I know. Well, I think Teeny maybe is a little bit, because then Teeny goes out in the jungle and she happens upon Sam and Genevieve. And she's like, look, they're saying you, Genevieve, because you have an idol.
Genevieve played this
so well.
Well.
She goes,
great.
Keep it on me.
Perfect. Keep it on
and
me.
Teeny's like, what?
Eyes like this. Like, wait, what?
And Genevieve's like, yeah, I'll be fine.
No, I'm good.
And Genevieve's like, do I smell what you're stepping? Do I smell what do you step? Am I picking up? Am I picking up what you're putting down?
Yeah. Genevieve's like, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
And she's like, but do you have an idol?
Yeah.
She's just
Tina's like, no, you're going to have to show me. Like, okay, what do you got? So we get like this like subtle reveal.
Oh,
There's
it's
like
great.
A couple beats
it's great.
They have to run off.
Because they're
Andy's
like,
coming up.
She flashes and she's like, oh, there's Andy. Got to put it back. I'm like, this is so well done.
So well.
I actually kind of thought like, Genevieve, you don't even owe her that.
I mean, true.
I just told you, vote for me.
Yeah.
Why do I have to show you that I have an idol?
Don't worry about it.
You're telling me you're going to vote for me. I'm saying,
great.
Do it.
Do it.
Why do I have to show you anything?
I mean, that's fair. But that's also how you get voted out.
Yeah.
Being like, I don't have to show you anything. Okay.
That's true.
Well,
That's true. Yeah, you got to make Teeny feel like
Yeah.
she's in on something and she has
Yeah.
information that other people don't.
But then that's going to allow Andy, Genevieve, and Sam to get together because Rachel is now immune. What do? Andy says, Caroline. We got to take out Caroline.
We have to break up the duo.
Yep. And Caroline
right.
is the one that's more threatening than the other one.
Yes.
You don't take out Sue.
No. So Andy's having his mafia boss moment where he's like, I am the architect of Operation Italy. Here's what has to happen. And
Sam and Genevieve are doing great. They're like, yes, we love you, mob boss. You want Caroline now?
Great.
We love that plan.
Okay.
We're happy to do that.
And as part of this, Sam actually tells Caroline, Genevieve's going to vote for you. Because they're trying to reinforce, like, you need to vote for Genevieve, right? Like, that's part of the plan here. So he actually lets Caroline know that her name is out there. And she's like, well, that's just fine because I'm writing Genevieve's name down tonight. So she can write me down all she wants, but she's not in the 5.
No.
So she's going to go.
No. We get a line from Sue of like, look, if it seems like it's going to be you in danger, I'll play my idol.
I don't care.
I'll play that idol for you.
I gotta
can't
protect
lose
you.
Yes.
And Caroline's like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Do not.
She's like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Rachel and Andy, they're debating again. Because Rachel was like, yeah, we don't have to split the vote. Like, we can just throw, like, just like a hinky vote over, you know. Again, it's like, you don't have to split the vote.
This is not a necessary plan.
Yeah.
So they're questioning it.
Yes.
But Andy is so insistent, but like nervous at the same time, especially when someone like Rachel comes. Because he knows what she's capable of.
Suspicious.
Yeah. So he's like kind of scrambling and just like, oh my gosh, like please, 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 please.
Right.
I also love the moment where it was the Sue and Caroline moment. And there, Sue's like, I'll play my idol on you. And she's like, no. Let's just go through Genevieve's bag and see if she has the idol. And Sue's like, I'll keep watch.
I was like,
because that's what Sue's good at. Remember with Gabe?
Yes.
Back in the day? Sue's back. Keeping watch.
Keeping watch. Sue loves it. Tending the fire, keeping watch. I don't, like, Genevieve's not going to put it in her bag, right?
You know that.
Why do you think it might be?
But
just in case?
They're just playing Survivor. They want to go through somebody's bag. My other favorite part was where Caroline says, well, Genevieve's going to vote for me tonight. And Sue literally says, well, then what's her name has got to play her block a vote.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? You've been on this beach with her for 20 however many days. What's her name? I was blown away.
She's literally going to win the season at this point.
What's her name?
You don't know her name?
I was dying.
Oh, God. So amazing.
Oh, so the great part, again, Genevieve, star of the confessional.
Yeah.
She's breaking down for us. I mean, this is like so producer driven, but she's just breaking down all the ways this could possibly go wrong. And there's really only one way for it to go right. And like, here are all the ways that this could blow up in our faces heading into tribal council. So they're really trying to amp up the drama of like, it's going to be a miracle if they can pull off this plan.
Right. Can they pull off the plan? You have to trust Andy.
Yep.
For both plans.
Yeah.
Andy
and you've got to trust
straw
that
stirs
those people are going to do what those people are going to do what Andy told them to do. Yeah. And Sue's not going to play an idol and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So it really is quite impressive what they pulled off when you sort of look at it the way that Genevieve laid it out.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think some people messed up.
Yeah.
And they pulled it off. But we're going to, in Tribal, we're going to see Genevieve's going to talk about the emotional journey that she went on. Yes, with those beautiful teeth.
This is where I took them on. Like, those teeth are just immaculate. And she's talking about the value of community and all this stuff. She's sort of like realized, oh, this game, I'm actually like thinking maybe I need to adjust my game like in real time right now because I won this reward and I was like, wow, this is really nice to like feel close to people and all this stuff. And I have a couple of grammar lessons for you guys. I got some positive feedback in the comments when we talked about shots in the dark versus shot in the darks.
Yep, we love it.
Which we all know it's shots in the dark.
We know now.
So Genevieve gives this great speech, and Andy says, that resonates. No. He says, I resonate with that.
Oh, uh-huh.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That resonates with me.
Okay, that resonates with me.
Now, I can't exactly explain why this is the rule. I didn't make the rule, but that is the rule. Andy's not resonating
Yes. Oh, he doesn't resonate.
with that.
Okay.
That is resonating with him.
Okay.
So just so you guys know.
Got it.
Yeah.
We got it. I don't know how you don't correct me all of the time.
I think you're pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
And sometimes we have fun with them, because I make mistakes too, by the way.
Oh no, I make all the mistakes.
Yeah. But we're just, we have a good time. Then Teeny gets her moment. Jeff's like,
Teeny's
Teeny,
like,
you still seem upset.
Teeny's like, what Genevieve said is I did an opposite thing. I used to have feelings and care, and these a-holes made me shut it down. And I was like, relatable.
But Teeny's also like, the life experience that I bring into this game makes me play emotionally. I have no choice but to play emotionally. Mm-hmm. So the fact that Sam did not choose me for the reward lit my emotions up. And I'm still pissed. And Jeff's like, okay, take a breath.
Yeah. But, I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen someone mad about this particular reward.
Yeah.
That's why I will never win this one. This is too...
There's too many emotions around it.
Yeah, no, it's too much.
And then Sue's like, you know what, Teeny? That's why sometimes you have to take the reins by the horn. And that is also incorrect.
Wait, the reins, though, you do.
You take the reins,
okay.
Not by the horn. You take the bull by the horns. Oh. As in, you're like confronting something. I'm going to take the bull by the horns. I'm going to confront it head on.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm going to take the reins.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not going to take the reins by the horn.
Yeah.
Now, I had to Google this one because I was like, oh, there is like a horn on a saddle.
Yeah.
Right? And there are reins. Yeah. So I was like, I can see how you get those mixed up. But it's either take the reins or take the bull by the horns.
Uh-huh.
But you don't take the reins by the horn.
No, yep.
But she knew in the moment. She was like, whatever I'm trying to say.
Whatever.
And what's her name over there?
And what's her name? And I have a little dirt on
their
my
mental
face.
faculties are decaying.
No. They don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. But Teeny has a couple of great moments in this tribal council, and I really do admire the way that Teeny thinks about the game. Like, they are a really critical thinker about Survivor and have like clearly studied this game and analyzed it. But I just, unfortunately, at this point in the game, I'm watching them and I'm like, that's nice, but you have no idea what's really happening.
I mean, unfortunately,
consistently,
the game has left Teeny.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Yeah. There's nothing really left here for Teeny to really prove.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they do talk about how the majority was left behind. They can come up with stuff.
And basically that led to not a lot of conversation at camp, right? Because it was like, well, we just made a plan and we didn't have to talk about it.
Now, I thought Andy acted suspicious in this tribal.
Oh.
And, because the girls, the ladies, were like, yeah, we were the majority. We were left behind. We were talking about stuff, blah, 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 blah. And Andy was like, well, I don't know. Things are things. Like, I was like, wait,
Reins,
Andy,
horns.
Reins and horns. And rewards and not. And rice and pasta.
Operation
Yeah. Tiramisu. I was like, I can't tell which way Andy's going. And if I were trying to work with him, I'd be like, why he be cagey like that?
Why are you not reassuring me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We have a majority thing. But again, I know more than they do, so maybe that's just why.
Yeah.
But anyway, when they go to vote and come back, and Jeff says, y'all got anything you want to play? Oscar nominee Sam
good.
and Genevieve. Right here.
Sam's like, Jen, you gotta do it.
Genevieve.
You gotta play it.
Play it.
And she's like,
I'm good, Sam. I think I'm gonna be okay.
Sam? She literally's like, I'm good with whatever the outcome is.
You know what?
I'm accepting my Survivor fate.
Yeah. I feel okay. The rest of the people are like, wait, what?
They're like,
why would Genevieve not play it?
But a lot of people also were like, I don't really think Genevieve has an idol. And so now that Sam is suggesting this, I think they're all a little bit like, oh God, like Andy was right. Blah, blah, blah. And then, but then she doesn't play the idol. And so they're like, ha ha, our plan worked.
Except they know that, well, they don't know. Okay, great.
They don't know.
So Let's get some votes.
Let's get some votes. It's a Sam, it's a Genevieve, it's a Caroline. I don't think that was a surprise to anybody.
Sam, Genevieve, Caroline.
That there would be, and I don't think the next Sam, Genevieve, Caroline surprised anybody. They knew that they were splitting the votes 2 and 3 between Sam and Genevieve. I think everybody just expected Genevieve to be the last vote.
Right. One more vote, which would be Andy.
Yeah.
Is going to be either Sam or Genevieve. I don't know which one they actually landed on.
Right. True. Fair.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been one of those. So when Caroline's name did pop up, it was like, what?
Yeah.
That's not the way that was supposed to go. But of course, Andy loves
it
to make it clear in the moment what he did.
Well, the jury notices it. They're like, Andy flipped again.
Now, that is not giving Andy credit. Andy flipped again sounds like they think Sam or Genevieve
pulled him over. Interesting.
A flipper is not a compliment in these games. When you flip from side to side, that's not credit, and that's not looked at as positive.
Interesting. Because when I watched it, I was like, they're giving him credit for flipping and going with whatever.
No, I didn't. It didn't seem like.
But I was like, these editors again are just trying to make me think that Andy's which I do give Andy a ton of credit for this.
Yeah.
It's his idea.
You have to.
And he pulled it off.
Right.
And he pulled it off. He played everybody.
Played everyone.
He brought Sam and Genevieve in on the plan. And not that it takes a ton of convincing, but you do have to make them believe that you're with them.
Yeah.
And then he also convinced 4 other people to split votes when they didn't have to split votes. And they were all suspicious and like skeptical that Genevieve actually had an idol and didn't want to do that.
Yep.
Questioned him over and over again. And he made it happen.
Yeah. No, you have to 100% give Andy credit for this. It was an amazing move because, like you said, the biggest thing we take from this is they should not have split the votes.
Yeah.
They didn't need to. And so falling for that is really bumps up his credit. Not just like he came up with a plan. He really manipulated people to make sure it happened. But I do think, like, let's talk this out in this moment. The jury is not giving Andy credit. They think of him as a goat. They think of him as a flipper. That's not respected.
Yeah.
Now, if Andy can make it to final 3, he can explain
and explain it all out.
Yeah. And
but
a couple more people.
I see your argument here.
Let's say Sam shows up in the jury in the next, 1 or 2 vote outs.
He can be like, Andy
He'll
did
explain
that.
it. Yeah. Andy actually brought us a lot of information.
Yeah.
So like.
But I guess they are
there.
looking at it and they're just like, he is so inconsistent.
Exactly.
He doesn't
He's been
respect
over
any
here
alliance.
Just being chaotic.
Yeah.
So I think that can change. But I'm more concerned that Andy can't make it to the final 3.
Oh, I think he's toast.
Because the group playing is now just mad at him.
Everybody knows now.
Yeah.
Sam and Genevieve, were already sort of betrayed by him.
Yep.
And he brought them in for this vote, which, of course, they're going to take that olive branch because they have to.
Yeah.
But they know what he is. And now all the women that he was working with are like, you're a traitor.
I mean, the wrath of Sue alone. She'll take him out. Rachel.
And he's like,
not going to have time for that.
I'll explain.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he said that to take credit for the move.
Yes.
Because he looks over to Rachel because she's looking at him like, excuse me? And he's like, I'll explain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's trying to let the jury know, I did this. And I will explain what I did.
Yeah.
Right? But Rachel looks so pissed. As Caroline is walking out.
And Rachel has a secret idol. Sue has a secret idol. Andy has nothing.
Andy, you're done, unfortunately, I think. Or you should be.
I mean, yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah. He could win immunity.
Genevieve might protect him or something, but odds are just way lower that he's going to make it to final 3 now.
If I had my druthers and I were playing this game, and if I were specifically Rachel, if I did not win immunity, I would play my idol on myself because we're at final 6 now. You have to play your idol. Sue. Yep. Same thing with Sue.
Yep.
If they don't win immunity, they should play idols on themselves.
Yeah.
If Rachel wins immunity, she should play her idol on Teenie. She should block a vote.
Yep.
Andy specifically, and get with Sue and Teenie and vote him out.
And out Andy goes. Like, I just feel like because we have this hardware, we've got other things going on.
Yeah.
Andy's in a really bad spot. Now, Genevieve is still really dangerous. Does that allow Genevieve to skate through?
Right.
Or do we still focus?
Well, what I love about this point in the game, it is so exciting this season that we have 3 people at Final 6 with a legitimate shot at winning the game.
I agree. Someone in our comments was like, I don't think anyone has a chance to win. And I was like, well, first off, someone has to win. But I was like, really? I was like, wow.
I think Genevieve, Rachel, and Andy all have a shot to win. So I agree with you. Like, it is like, ooh, are we going to get out and let Genevieve through? But there are 3 people who are huge threats to win. So someone is going to skate through. And then Rachel's good. She's either going to win immunity or play her idol. So we will see Rachel in Final 5 unless something absolutely catastrophic happens and she goes down as one of the dumbest players in Survivor history. So she's fine. But either Andy or Genevieve have to go in this next vote out.
Yeah.
And the other one, like you say, is going to get through. And then, there's still going to be a threat.
Yeah.
So.
This is interesting because we now have what we're calling a 2-part finale.
Right.
Which is basically just 2 2-hour episodes here. We have learned that we will get 2 immunities and 2 tribals.
In each one?
In this upcoming
in the
episode.
next one. Oh, wow.
But
so we're going to go down to Final 4.
I think so. Mike Bloom pointed out there's no actual confirmation we lose that 5th place.
Oh, maybe it's like a cliffhanger.
It could be a cliffhanger. That's not really what our Survivor does. Like
maybe there's a twist.
Yeah, because we've never really done this, so it's hard to say. I'm hoping they don't change. I would like to see 2 people go out. If we're going to get 2 tribals, wrap it up. Let's get 2 people out next episode. And then the next episode, we can really dive in.
What I love is you see, in this episode, I think it set up a potential shift in Genevieve's game for the end game. And what is she going to do for, the last 2 or 3 tribals here? And then in the preview for next week, Andy is getting another incredible confessional edit where he's saying that he's hatching this grand conspiracy to take over the game. And then we see Teeny over there on the beach talking about Rachel's block a vote, and Rachel's sneaking up behind a bush and listening.
Right, but was Teeny talking to Genevieve and Sam?
Yeah.
So that concerned me because I was like, wait, did this whole thing make Teeny want to flip over with Andy, Rachel, and Genevieve?
Because maybe she's like, Andy's not a serious threat, and maybe I need to get Rachel out. She's clearly targeting Rachel.
I don't know.
At this point.
I don't love that, Teeny.
But I love that Rachel's listening in and overhearing it.
Oh, 100%.
So, just don't let that distract Rachel. You don't need to get Teeny
out.
No,
you don't. Please don't waste a vote out. Please. Rachel, sit next to Teeny and Sue.
But okay? I guess that would be a concern
or
in what I'm saying about Rachel teaming up with Sue and Teeny to get Andy out. Maybe she's lost Teeny's allegiance at this point.
Right.
So then, what does she do? How does she use the block a vote to her advantage? That's tough.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
It's going to be so good. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
This season is so good. A friend of mine texted me yesterday and was like, ugh, this season is so boring. And I was like, that is the complete wrong take.
You are incorrect.
He was like, everybody's so dumb.
No.
And nobody is playing a good game. I was like, there are literally 3 people who could win the game right now. And he was like, well, actually, that's a good point.
Is it that the same person?
Yeah, it might be. I should go back.
Are there 2 people who think
But I reasoned with him and I was like, I think if you were watching this season with me, you would feel differently. And I was like, it's so exciting that also, at Final 6 we have 3 people and who could win. And he's like, I guess that's true. It is fully unpredictable who's going to win right now. And I'm like, and that is fun. Come on.
David, tell your friend to watch our stream.
I know, truly.
Right? We are pointing out why this cast is amazing and how this endgame is pretty bonkers. I'm excited.
Yes.
And it's bonkers because they've been playing.
Yeah.
No week has been half-ass
100%.
gameplay. And this episode is got to be top tier, up there with some of the best episodes.
100%.
Oh, you guys, thank you so much for being here so we can talk all this out with you guys. Y'all in the chat, so amazing. We love it. Thank you.
And if you're joining later, leave us a comment and let us know how you feel about Operation Italy and how they pulled off this Caroline's sort of mini blindside. And let us know, I guess, what you think this endgame, how it's going to play out. And who's your prediction to win?
Yes.
Maybe it's Sue. Let us know.
Please. I mean, if it's Sue, I'd really like you to tell me why. I would, actually. Are we good this week for Thursday?
We are.
Okay.
Confirmed.
We will be here regular time Thursday for this part 1 of the finale with hopefully 2 boots. We'll see.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.